the top 10 issues in the debate, the questions were deliberately tailored to ones that they felt that she polls on one area, abortion, higher than Trump, but on the other ones, she's not completely underwater. And those were healthcare, childcare, climate change. But if you look at the importance, they're ranked. They're in the bottom. They're not even the top 10, most of those issues, except for abortion. I think 3% consider global warming or climate change. So those questions were deliberately addressed to Vance because they felt that they were more conducive to a sort of a therapeutic redistributionist agenda of the Democrats. But the issues that people poll the most, the border, crime, foreign policy, and especially the economy, that's where she doesn't poll very well at all. On abortion, it's very interesting because of the field of 10 Republican candidates. There were only 3. I think Haley was one of them, maybe Christie, and he dropped out, where Donald Trump was on the left side of the ledger by embracing federalism, as you say, that the states could decide. And if somebody wanted an abortion in a red state that happened to pass an ordinance, they could go across the border. And more importantly, if you look at the polling carefully, there's a wide consensus that abortion should, I guess you would say, as Bill Clinton did, it should be legal but rare. And by that I mean no one in the mainstream, there's a portion, 25% of the electorate, but they're very conservative, wants to force a woman to have an abortion who's been raped or a victim of incest. But on the other hand, people have objected again and again to what we would call late-term abortion in the final 6 weeks, or when the baby is viable outside of the womb. And that was one of the contentions that Vance made. And he tried to show that Walz had signed a bill for late-term abortions if the baby survives the abortion attempt, and he vetoed a bill that would protect the sanctity of that baby's life. In other words, and we know that's happened. It's not common, but 7,000 or 8,000 abortions are at very late terms, almost during as if a normal birth. So that hasn't gotten out, but that is just as unpopular as the extreme right wanting women who have been raped to have babies without an abortion. But and Vance tried to point that out, and Trump tried to point that out, and with not a lot of effect. But it's very hard in this country if the Democratic Party is much more intolerant of dissidents. So it's very hard. There's not a never Harris movement, like a never Trump movement. And once they get the party line, so to speak, it's very hard. So they say Donald Trump was involved with Project 2025, and that's going to make a national registry of all pregnancies so he can go after it. That's not true. It's not going to do that. Donald Trump was not involved in 2025, but it's a 900-page document. I read it very carefully. 700 pages of it are mainstream. There's some things that I disagree with, but he wasn't involved. But yet that's the talking point, along with that he's going to, kill women. And but again, why are they doing that? Why was there an open border? Why? And the answer is they don't have confidence in their agenda. They don't feel that the left-wing hard left appeals to 51% of Americans. So in their way of thinking, and this is true of the Senate races as well as the presidency, they do not run on the way that they vote. So John Tester in Montana is in a close race. He will not defend the votes that he cast in the Senate. And Kamala Harris will not say to the American people, for 20 years as a city attorney of San Francisco, as a county attorney of the county as the attorney general, and as the U.S. senator, I have embraced the right of the federal government to force people to give back to the government certain weapons. I have said again and again, there shall be no deportations under any circumstances. I have said that we will pay for trans surgeries and full health care for illegal aliens. I have said crossing the border illegally is not a criminal offense. I have said the wall has no utility whatsoever. I have said that we have to bring back catch and release. I have said that we should not increase the defense budget. I have said that the people that rioted in May, June, July, August of 2020, it would not stop. It should not stop. It's a movement. It should go on. And I have helped raise bail for violent offenders who looted and committed arson. But that's what she's not running on. She's not running on any of those statements. She's saying that I'm for border security and I'm for an equal economy. And I stand with Israel. And then people say, well, you just said that you wanted to cut off, you supported cutting off 2,000-pound bombs to them. I stand with Israel. And so it's a stealth candidacy